Yeah, I'll probably do that at some point. I gotta
Okay, so we are
install
live again.
like a DVD-ROM drive thing, which I got months ago, and that will allow me to actually install Windows again
We are
without
live again.
crazy stuff. Hello.
So we are recovering from a crash, which hopefully will not be repeated. And we are going to restart the second game of the mrxak versus Starry matchup here. There's a little bit of spoilers going on right now, actually, as the replays are presented in order on my screen as I try to set those up. Maybe my future viewers will not pay any attention to that terrible
Well,
lack
maybe
of
you'll
quality.
just you'll edit the videos so that they don't see any of that.
No,
You'll
I
see when the
won't.
game starts.
No, I won't edit the video. Fuck that. I cannot be bothered to edit. That's why I stream and don't just upload videos.
Control Shift 3, and then Control 1.
Okay, so the second game in the best of three versus Starry. Best of three versus Starry. Best of three, Starry versus mrxak. After a very one-sided match 1, we enter this game, whereupon Starry will, if memory serves, from the pre-crash
Don't
state.
spoil it, man. They didn't see that.
Maybe. And there's not much else to speak of other than Oscar crossing the
Well,
map.
let's talk about these two players. What do we know about them?
Who's Oscar?
Oscar is the first Overlord. We have... How the hell... Oh, I'm still in voice in Discord. So now I'm talking to mrxak on TeamSpeak and BMJ on Discord.
That's
Oh, he's trying to talk to
amazing.
you.
So, BMJ, I'm actually live streaming presently.
Brilliant. My bad.
But let me go get out of Discord. And screw up my windows some more. Alright. Fortunately, this is all previous to anything really interesting happening. Oscar is still midway across the map. The Zerg is, of course, getting a fast natural, and the Protoss has a forge. Oh my! My memory was completely incorrect. I was thinking of the first game, and thinking that Starry was doing a bad version of a forge fast expand. No, we have a cannon contain. Which mrxak is, as yet, completely ignorant of. But of course, it's a cannon contain against Zerg. This is not going to work out all that well. Oscar now arriving at the Protoss Natural. And another Overlord running into the cannon contain. Lings will be launched. But it is too late! The cannons are constructed. Starry will double down and create even more cannons. And as he commented on the first time I tried to cast this game, he kinda forgot that there was creep spread around Zerg hatcheries, so he can't actually just continually push in with his cannons. He's gonna come to a point where his cannon rush has to just stop.
I really should not have set my lings before ling speed finished.
Indeed. Starry very adeptly maneuvering his probe around the Lings until the Lings were all defeated. And the cannon contain continues to expand. Meanwhile, Starry back at home not getting any gas, but is starting to tech up insofar as acquiring a gateway. Oh, and there's his first geyser at the 3-minute 30-second mark. Meanwhile, mrxak is not saturating his natural with workers. And he is starting to move toward a Ravager-based escape. Ling is continually getting baited into the cannons. Hold position is
Yeah,
helpful.
I have that problem a lot.
Starry now adding a cybernetics core in his main.
One thing I should have considered here was just simply running the links past the cannons. Going
Absolutely.
south. And then just attack him.
You'd lose maybe 6 on your way out. But if you have
If
Ling
that.
speed and you get to the other side of the map, you're just going to wreck things.
Yeah.
Even if he does have the forethought to drop down a cannon or 2 in his main, it's not going to be enough to stop the full swarm. Starry with cybernetics core complete, now constructing a shield battery to further hunker down in this cannon contain. And he will grab his second geyser now as well. The roaches have begun. Is there a lair? There is no lair. Don't you need a lair?
For Ravager, no.
Oh shit. I didn't know that.
I do get a lair, though. So I want roach speed also.
So the Ravagers morph out, and they're going to start picking down these cannons. And there's really very little Starry can do in response to that.
Except more shield batteries.
Shield batteries would only delay the inevitable.
As a reminder, I didn't know these units existed.
Mine also look especially funny.
Starry doubling down on the cannons while further expanding across the right-hand side of the map. Starry is very much insistent on not running out of resources for his cannon rush. Oh my.
Yeah, I should have put my fresh Ravagers in front.
Mr. Zach, you lost two drones. How did you do that? Did you box your units and attack and pick up drones on your way in?
No? Go back. I don't know.
Scouting ones?
Mr. Zach doesn't drone scout. Ravagers attack. There's no other shenanigans going on. Ravagers attack again. Oh, I see what happened. Mr. Zach corrosive biled his own workers.
How? When? I don't understand. Go back again.
We're really dwelling on this moment. Oh, there it is. That happened really promptly on that.
Which one shot it, and how?
Okay, I've already got this as slow as I can make it. So all I'm going to do is just pause intermittently as it begins to occur.
I see the queen has energy. I was probably trying to inject or something.
So Ravager Biles begin to go out. 2 going out onto the pylon. Another bile going out, I'm not sure where, probably the pylon again.
Yeah.
Ravagers are still selected. Ravagers move back away from the line. Make more roaches. Select all army. Select Ravagers. Ravagers go in.
I know what happened.
Ravagers bile, and there's the corrosive bile in the mineral line.
I think what happened is, because I use rapid fire for my corrosive biles, and I think it had...
It had queued, but it had not placed.
It queued one, but I had not placed it yet. Yeah. And I was clicking my Ravagers back.
So let's just zoom in on this and milk it, since we spent so much time on this event. And we'll just unpause it right here and watch the workers die to friendly fire. Isn't that satisfying? So as previously mentioned, Starry is now grabbing mrxak all the way across the right-hand side of the base, determined never to run out of minerals for his constant cannon rush.
Basically, at this point, I have no idea what to do with, and I know I'm screwed.
Oh, because you saw units you've never seen before.
Starry's getting a couple of Stargates. Will there be Void Rays?
I know absolutely nothing of those things. Indeed, after the match, I think I was describing to you as fiery, explodey things.
Are you still on slow speed?
I am still on slow speed. That is fixed now. So the cannon contain is broken by the Roach Ravager shove. And Starry is indeed coming out with some Void Rays. What Starry should be doing is using all of his Chrono Boost on these Void Rays. But he's new. He doesn't understand Chrono Boost yet.
I actually do, I just forget about it.
Should be Chrono boosting Warp Gate tech.
Warp Gate will not help the Void Rays he needs to survive this. Roach Ravager is not very good. Let me flip that around. Roach Ravager is excellent against Protoss ground army.
Ravagers are not bad against voids.
I'm sure microed voids get by them just fine. But the Roach Ravager attack will knock down the third base. Chances are the Roach Ravager attack will completely ignore the fourth base, not believing that a Protoss would be on 4 bases already.
You're assuming that to actually do any micro. The dancing around the probe dancing around the cannons is about as micro-ish as I get.
That's all you need to do. Do the same thing with the voids. You see yellow yellow targety thingy, you move out of yellow targety thingy.
They're kind of orange, I think.
What yellow targety thingy?
So when Ravagers fire, they leave a little orange glowy flamey thing on the ground
see it.
where it's going to land.
He's not corrosive filing right now. Here we go. We'll slow it down again. You know what? I don't see it either.
The difference...
That's because it's over a doodad.
Doodads are evil. Apparently, Protoss should not fight over doodads.
Yeah, never put your Void Rays over doodads.
Come on, where's the next corrosive file, Zach? Why aren't you microing? Micro your stuff! Everything's dying! Okay, you can't...
Okay, you can see a little bit. A little bit of glowy thing.
You can just barely see the faintest orange glow on the green object here.
It's not homing after that point. As in, it's not going to automatically hit the unit, even if they're moving.
No, it's not guided. It's... If you have any familiarity with World of Warcraft, it's just... It's fire on the ground. Move out of the fire before it hurts you.
Okay, that's news to me. See, this sort of thing's useful to know before you face the unit for the first time.
See, there they are. See now. There they are. You see? Orange glowy thingy on the ground. This right here. This is the thing that tells you corrosive bile is going to happen on that spot. Don't be there.
This is probably making you feel better and better about our game.
No. So the Roach Ravager continues to shove in, but it is dwindling, as Mr. Zach is not microing his Ravagers. But the Mutas will show up and deal with any further Void Rays. How is Starry re-expanding back at his other location? He's doubling down on the whole notion of cannons. Mr. Zak will doubtlessly
really
be
slow speed
very
still.
confused after he clears out all 3 Protoss bases and Starry is not dead yet.
You should go faster. There you go.
So the mutas depart from the main and start looking for other bases. Or not. I guess they just briefly checked for a 4th, found nothing, and
Yeah.
went back to the attack. So Starry is free to completely re-establish his infrastructure here at his 4th base. And he is opting for a gateway composition, but he's not going to have a cybernetics core for a good long time, so he can't make stalkers, which is what he would need to have any hope of turning back an attack. And the Mr. Zak confusion begins. Why didn't I just win? He's got something somewhere. Did he re-expand to his 3rd? No. Where the hell is he? Oh shit, he's got a ton of cannons!
Well, only one pylon powering them all.
Artosis Pylon for the loss!
You make it sound like I could have done anything much at that point.
No, there really wasn't. And usually by that point, people realize, yeah, I've lost the game, I'm gonna surrender now.
Like I said, I didn't actually remember where the surrender button was.
F10, N.
Corrosive Biles landing on the Mutalisks.
I think I might have typed something, I don't know. I remember I was poking around the menu to see, yeah.
Let's accelerate. There it goes. Looks like you eventually found it, because your buildings are still up.
Hooray!
And that concludes the Starry versus Mr. Zak matchup. I'm gonna kill the stream now and reconfigure for the next matchup.
Excellent.